I want to holler at you about a transfer, sir.
Damn.
Transfer? Everything all right? Oh, okay. Where you want to transfer to?
Well, you know, I've been thinking about trying new places, and I think I would fit in, you know, probably with them brothers on the East Coast.
Oh, transfer, huh?
Man, this nigga got me fucked up. Everything I done did for this nigga. You gonna do that shit to me?
You think you fit in with the East Coast? You want to transfer? Disgust me.
What's going on, sir? What's going on?
What?
What's going on, man?
What's
going on, Christ? Okay, so, it's like it, sir. I was gonna say, I think it's time. I think it's time for a rank raise.
Damn. Yeah, what's your rank?
I'm 500. I think that 1,000 gonna sit good with me right now, though.
You think so?
That 1,000 gonna sit.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Damn.
Yo, man.
What's happening? What you want?
Come on,
sweat
you know
in
my
the
hands
motherfucker.
always sweat. I've been
mean.
like that. Yours do too.
Yeah. What's up, though?
Alright, so look. I've been having a lot on my mind lately.
Okay.
Alright, so I was thinking about like, you know how y'all do like the trooper little stage?
Yeah, hell yeah.
Like
You want to become a trooper?
No.
Damn.
I'm trying to skip the whole process. Treat me like Bronny.
Feel me? Treat you like, bro. You trying to skip the trooper process? That's you
Yeah,
saying?
I figured I've been around long enough.
Why you making me do this?
That's how you feel for real.
Absolutely.
Damn! You mean to tell me your brother can't skip the process? That's your own flesh and blood.
Hell nah. No one's bigger than the program, man.
God damn.
Hey, Salakia, Cap, sir.
You good?
Yeah, I'm Tawaf, sir.
So what's going on?
I've been meaning to get at you.
Yeah.
I met this bad sister. I mean, she ain't really a sister. She African. I met this beautiful African girl the
fuck
other
you
day.
on?
So I've been wanting to know, like, what's the protocol on that? Like, can I rib her?
Protocol?
Can I make her my rib?
Brother, hold on. Hold this one. Hold. Hell nah, man. Hey, she definitely not qualified. You understand? That's crazy. You say the African? Man, give me another balloon.
Damn.
You really doing this? Give it to her. Come on, brother. Come on, I'll show you just some bad sisters, man. Hey, Shalom, sir. This nigga laughing. Nothing much, sir.
Look, man, me and I get man back to school and shit, right? We better go to this little day party. You coming, right?
I mean, I really was trying to kick it, sir, if I could.
Can you where?
At home? My wife? No.
You know what that means, right?
Come on, sir. I'll be getting ready.
Little crush.
All right, Aki. I'm out of here, man. I'll see y'all over there.
Salakia.
What's up?
Uncle G.
What's
You
good?
mind if I catch you up for the night?
Jaden, go get me one of them red balloons, man.
Believe that meeting some slut online is the same as having another wife. I was young too in the past. I remember being super young thinking, well, sure, I'm married to Cookie over here. This is Cookie. I married her. And this is how you know when you're doing it, right? This is how brothers do it. They go beat the hoe and have sex with her, right? And then as soon as the sex is over, they go, yeah, you know you're my wife now. Yeah. Yeah, we married. Oh, yeah, I see I'm Israelite. He's right here on my shoulder. And the hoe go, what? What are you talking about? Yeah, I forgot to tell you. Yeah, my name is actually Bakar, and we married now because sex is marriage in the Bible. And the hoe goes, I don't know what the hell you talking about, Timothy. And you go, you don't want to be married to me? All right, then. All right. I tried to tell you. Who are you fooling, man? Who you think you fooling? God? The Lord sees what you did. The Lord sees that you knew this woman would not stay with you, and so you just tell her you're an Israelite after you have sex, knowing that she is not a woman that will ever be an Israelite and will respect it. And so you know she's going to leave you. And let me tell you what some of you dummies don't know. Some of those hoes, you're going to say, yeah, I'm an Israelite. She's going to go, really? What is that about? Tell me all about it, because I'm staying with you and I'm keying your car and I'm cutting all your clothes up and you're my husband. And that's, you're going to be like, what? You staying? That's going to shock you. Because that whole cookie going to be like, you an Israelite? What is that? You know what? I'm staying with you. Tell your other wife about me. Matter of fact, I'll call her. I'm going to tell your other wife about me because you married Cookie today. When am I getting my Hebrew name? When am I getting this? And the Cookie is going to stay with you. And call your other wife on the phone and tell her that now you married the Cookie, you're waiting on your Hebrew name, and you're going to go, damn, this ain't what I thought I was getting myself into.
Right back at you again. Officer Shapat Dayakin. Dropping something heavy for these cowards out here. Yeah. Coming straight from 125th, 1 West, Harlem, New York. Home of the truth, nigga. Man of war with hair wool, no idols, loving judgments. God of the Bible, the men above me shout, Hum Yasha, and all the warriors be like, Hum Yasha. Kingdoms ours, all the heathens forbidden. The chosen bow down to no one, it was written. The men above me shout, Hum Yasha, and all the warriors be like, Hum Yasha. All day as we discuss how they don't like us. Gathered on streets and corners, all is feeling righteous. Real particular, nobody else there to compare to. Train for war, men of war, and warlike apparel. Prefer our leaders, can't get between us, watch where you stepping. Cause a scene, you gon' see how brotherhood is a weapon. Tough skin protect our wrists, teach girls and kids devoutness. Call them prophetess, a priest damn near nothing without it. More than rubies, cute and understanding when describing. Virtue, loving, no lip from the daughters of Zion. Gold teeth, earrings, chains, and the rings. Precious metals, fabrics, emphatic stones, and everything. Trying to catch the slang, rewind what we rap and slang. Lost in parables, your scripture breakdowns terrible. Yasha Allah, Prince of the power, we are the Jews. God on earth, you can see it by watching all our moves. Man of war with hair wool, no idols, loving judgments. God of the Bible, the men above me shout, Hum Yasha, and all the warriors be like, Hum Yasha. Kingdoms ours, all the heathens forbidden. The chosen bow down to no one, it was written. The men above me shout, Hum Yasha, and all the warriors be like, Hum Yasha. Man of war with hair wool, no idols, loving judgments. God of the Bible, the men above me shout, Hum Yasha, and all the warriors be like, Hum Yasha. Kingdoms ours, all the heathens forbidden. The chosen bow down to no one, it was written. The men above me shout, Hum Yasha, and all the warriors be like, Hum Yasha.
Fuck that fucking job, I'm watching everybody work. Fuck that fucking job, that little pay by the hour. Yeah, fuck that fucking job, my back hurting and I'm hungry. Yeah, fuck that fucking job, nigga, on soul. Yeah, caught between the two, get this money, go home. Yeah, all these people so, now these bitches they messy. First day I came in, I bossed up on the bosses. And they promise nigga this, promise nigga that. Want my ass to work and bring that paper where you been? I been taking the shit, knowing damn well that I don't fucking sleep, Fuck that fucking job, we gon' be rich tomorrow. Fuck that fucking job, it ain't no more applying. Fuck that fucking job, boy, I'm sick and I'm tired. Fuck that fucking job, all that bitching and crying, and I say fuck that fucking job, nigga. Hey, fuck that fucking job, bitch. Fuck that fucking job, we gon' be rich tomorrow. Fuck that fucking job, it ain't no more applying. Fuck that fucking job, me and bro, we just posted. Look him in the eye, shake my head disappointed. We gotta visualize, summarize, execute. All these people dropping like fly, why the fuck we still here? Man, fuck that fucking job, when I pull up I hate it. Yeah, fuck that fucking job, that's on all of their faces. Fuck that fucking job, man, I'm already lit. Man, I hear one thing, boy, you bound to get hit. Man, the bills cross a nigga's brain. Damn, that's how you keep a nigga damn a slave. Damn, money supposed to be a tool. Damn, for a purpose, what's your purpose for? Fuck that fucking job, we gon' be rich tomorrow. Fuck that fucking job, it ain't no more applying. Fuck that fucking job, boy, I'm sick and I'm tired. Fuck that fucking job, all that bitching and crying, and I say fuck that fucking job, nigga. Fuck that fucking job, bitch. Fuck that fucking job, we gon' be rich tomorrow. Fuck that fucking job, it ain't no more applying. You know what I'm talking about? I'm sick of that shit. I know you sick of it too, man. Money supposed to be a tool, but what's your purpose though? It's supposed to benefit a purpose. Shout out Boom Man now.
Hey, Shalom, Yahweh Shem, Yahweh Shai, Barakathum, Yahweh Shema, Thum, Bashim, Yahweh Shai, Priest and Officer, I'm a Wanga Bar, Tuesday night, Brotherhood class, ISUPK and Commander Johanna, we come out to do teach Blacks, Hispanics, Native Indians, who they are according to the Bible, that our oppressor is the devil the Bible speaks of. And tonight class, what we're going to talk about, it's kind of based off the movie that just came out. A movie came out by Tyler Perry clone named Lee Daniels. You know, their job is to just keep just destroying black people in their movies any way they could. You know, Tyler Perry do black men. Lee Daniels seem like he just do whatever. He all over the place with it. But it's a movie. He say it's been 10 years he been wanting to make, but he just didn't have the motivation to make it. But finally, he ended up, you know, coming up with the storyline and putting it out and stuff like that. And it's called The Deliverance. And it's supposed to be based. The thing that made me want to do this class is because it's supposed to be based on a true story. Now, when you watch the movie, you think about real life. I mean, like what we believe in goblins and ghouls now. You know, I know Halloween coming, you know. Halloween is right around the corner. I seen the leaves falling off the tree. You know, I know how to read the signs of the time. And yeah, he's saying that this movie is based on a true story, based off the events from the people that lived in the town. And we're just gonna read a little bit of the true story real quick. You could go to that, the Exorcism of Latoya Ammons, because that's the sister real name. Her real name is Latoya Ammons. They changed her name in the movie, of course. They don't want to get sued and all that.
A woman and 3 children who claim to be possessed by demons. A 9-year-old boy walking backwards up a wall. In the presence of a family case manager and hospital nurse.
Right. Now, these people is in Gary, Indiana. You know, Gary, Indiana is known for being a ghost town. But it's known for being a ghost town because of the factory jobs that made the city flourish. It's not a ghost town because it's actually ghosts that live there. It's because it's no businesses. And when there's no business, the people leave. Only people that don't leave is the ones that can't.
Gary Police Captain Charles Austin said it was the strangest story he had ever heard. Austin, 36-year veteran of the Gary Police Department, said he initially thought Indianapolis resident Latoya Ammons and her family concocted an elaborate tale as a way to make money. But after several visits to their home and interviews with witnesses, Austin said simply, I am a believer.
So there we go. It's a true story. 36-year veteran of the Gary Police Department. Because he said so, we should believe it. The police that was on George Floyd's neck said he died from fentanyl. They said that Tamir Rice had a real gun. It was a toy gun. They put Sandra Bland body up to take a picture of her mugshot and said she hung herself when clearly you could see in the picture she was already dead. So I guess because the police say so, we should just automatically believe it. No, man, get the fuck out of here. Excuse my language. Like,
not everyone involved with the family was inclined to believe its incredible story. And many readers will find Emma's supernatural claims impossible to accept. But whatever the cause of the creepy occurrence that befell the family, whether they were seized by a systematic delusion or demonic possession, it led to one of the most unusual cases ever handled by the Department of Child Services.
right. So yeah, I mean, who knows? Like, when it comes down to trying to get money out of people, I mean, come on, man. We know that people will go to extreme lengths. You know, when it's a conspiracy, that's why it's called a conspiracy, because it's a bunch of people in on it. So just because it's a bunch of people saying it, it don't make it true. Then you got the police officer, you got her kids, and then you got the Department of Child Services. So I guess that means that now we got to believe in ghosts and goblins. You don't know what type of can of worms you opening up when you start believing in fables, when you start believing in people's made up stories because they got goddamn schizophrenia, because they a goddamn psych patient. Now you sitting there like, yeah, this got to be true. This got to be true. When people that made up wise tales and fairy tales, where do you think fairy tales and stuff come from? Where do you think Greek mythology come from? So I guess you believe in Zeus too. Zeus is the father of the gods. He had to fight with the Titans that ruled the planet. I guess we should believe that too. I guess we should believe in Egyptology about the underworld. I guess that's what we should believe too. Like, you don't know what type of can of worms you're opening up. I guess if you find a woman's shoe outside and then you go find her, I guess that's you her Prince Charming. And she's Cinderella. Like, that's a lot. It took a lot of me to just do this breakdown tonight, but I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to try to get through it. Real talk. Because you got to be insane to believe this. Like, you don't know what you opening up yourself to. Like, real talk.
Many of the events are detailed in nearly 800 pages of official records obtained by the Indianapolis Star and recounted in more than a dozen interviews with police, DCS personnel, psychologists, family members, and a Catholic priest.
And a Catholic, now you know they don't never lie. You know the Catholic priests, they don't never lie. Somehow they owe $1 billion in child molestation cases, but nobody goes to jail. But they never lie. 800 pages of official records. Didn't they falsify a warrant and they kill Breonna Taylor? So I guess the police reading of official paperwork means that it's true. Come on, man. Stop it. The hell out of here. It's called plagiarize. That's something they do. If you ever went to college, that's, you hear me? That's a word that's commonly used on college campuses. It's called plagiarize, which means they will plagiarize their paper so they can graduate. They will make up some stuff or use somebody else's stuff on their paper so they can graduate.
Ammons, who swears by her story, has been unusually open. While she spoke on condition her children not be interviewed or named, she signed releases letting the Star review medical, psychological, and official records that are not open to the public and are not always flattering.
Yeah, and that's another thing that's illegal to do. You feel me? Is to give out medical records and all stuff like that. So her willing to do it to prove her point, I guess that means it's true. I guess that means it's true. Real talk. What you got to understand is poverty. Poverty will have you doing methamphetamines to get through the day. Poverty will have you depleting your whole life savings and giving it to drug dealers so you can get high. You feel me? And now your mind is altered, your brain is messed up. And now you pass it down trauma. You ever heard of a crack baby? What do you think they call it a crack baby for? Because the baby got crack in the system. Because the person is getting so high. They're getting so high on cocaine and crack and meth and heroin that the baby is not right. That ain't no damn myth. Now that ain't fake.
Furthermore, the family story is made only more bizarre because it involves DCS intervention, a string of psychological evaluations, and police investigation, and ultimately a series of exorcisms.
Right. And I'm gonna tell you this: Gary, Indiana is a small little city outside of Chicago, and Gary, Indiana has been known for being a goddamn desert. You feel me? And it's not because of ghosts, it's because of poverty. Not because of goblins, it's because of poverty, because of they high on drugs. People go to Gary, Indiana to get off a lot of work. You feel me? Them people in Gary, Indiana is getting really high, man. I'm talking about real high. This the lady right here. This the lady, this her right here. Say she talked about the demons that tortured her children in 2013. 2013, man. Come on, stop it. With all the technology and the Ghostbusters, you telling me the white man who y'all love and trust so bad, he never found a ghost. But this lady, she did. She did. This lady right here. It's a lie. Man, I don't mean to talk about black women. I love black women, but this lady obviously is bugged out her goddamn mind. She obviously is, man. And they say she put crosses all around her house. And you would believe this if you know nothing about the Bible or history. Well, let me tell you something about history. Crosses is unlawful. Crosses, if anything, is going to bring the demons in, not get rid of them. Crosses is an idol that they use to kill Christ that you're not supposed to wear. Catholic priest, Father Mike Miganot, he performed an exorcism in Maryville, Indiana. Guess what Maryville, Indiana is? 15 minutes away from Gary. But he's the savior. He's the savior of exorcism. If your kids got a demon on them, send them to him. He looked like he'll molest them. Then send them back. Salagia. He gonna molest your kids and send them back. You go ahead.
It's like I said, if I may add on to what you were saying, that cross used to also be a symbol for plague. And this woman damn sure got a plague in her mind.
Damn right. She definitely do. Like real talk.
It's until they say that started with flies. In November 2011.
Hold on, wait. And this is supposed to be the lady. It's a black lady. God damn. This sounds like a scam. Look, I know some scams when I see them. I know some scams when I see them. And this sounds like this the lady that's supposed to got rid of the exorcism. We done with the article. Y'all can read that on your own time. We'll put it in the chat or something. I don't know. But what I'm saying is this is the lady right here that was supposed to got rid of the exorcism. Black lady. She can't even find out how to. It's a lie. She can't even find out how to keep a man. If you so good at exorcisms, find out how to get these black women to keep a man. Because guess what? The lady didn't have a man. Obviously. I guess she didn't need an exorcism for that. She found a way to get rid of her man. And she ain't need a damn exorcism. Real talk, you go ahead.
They did say it started with flies. So maybe it was an African scammer.
Man, maybe it was man. I'm telling you, man. Real talk. Believing in all this witchcraft and stuff like that. That's where all this stuff came from. I'm telling you, like real talk. Let me see what other pictures they got. Yeah, so she was reading out the scriptures. Look at this lady. This little lady, look, she on crack. She look like she get high. The Bible says suffer not a witch to live, man. Because now they gonna have millions of people believing that this situation at Gary, Indiana is true. That this really happened when it goddamn didn't. The hell out of here, man. Matter of fact, let's drop that. And let's go to, I'm going to play a video right quick. I'm going to play a video about another situation that happened in Gary, Indiana. And this is real demonic. You feel me? This is real demonic that ain't nobody talking about. I don't understand this. Ain't nobody talking about this. So they believe in witchcraft and walking up the wall backwards, but this ain't witchcraft. This is Michael Jackson throughout the years. He from Gary, Indiana. Why ain't nobody give him an exorcism? You feel me? Why ain't nobody give Mike Jack an exorcism? Go ahead. The king of pop.
Papa Joe tried.
Yep, with that belt. He tried with that belt. It's a liar. Hell, now Joe Jackson tried with that goddamn belt, but it ain't work. I guess he needed that lady with the cross in the Bible. It's a liar. Hell no. But not for real though. But this is real. This is a real demonic possession right here. It's a real demonic possession. This is the king of pop from Gary, Indiana, the same place they say this story happened at. And this man went from a black man, and over the years he turned into a white woman. That's demonic possession, but that's normal. Ain't nobody tripping about that. He still was selling out arenas, all type of stuff. When this was no problem. Nobody wanted to talk about this, but somehow this lady say her kids is walking up the wall backwards and making weird voices. And that little small town probably all band together to try to make some money. It's that simple. You know why? Because they poor. Because they got no money. Because they broke. You ever seen Gary, Indiana? It is a ghost town because it ain't no businesses there. It's nobody there. There's nothing to see. There's no tourist attraction, no nothing but poverty. And poverty will make you do some strange things. Look at Mike Jack. Poverty will make you do some strange things. He envied the white man so bad, he wanted to turn into one. You feel me? He ain't need no damn demonic possession. All he needed was Christianity. That's all he needed. All he needed was Christianity. I think they were Jehovah's Witnesses, which is the same shit. You feel me? Real talk. Turned into a goddamn white woman. Nobody talking about that. All right, yeah, we can drop that. Let's go into that last article, the one about Black Americans who leave the church.
Black Americans who leave church don't go far.
Right. Now, it's over the last few years, it has been, a lot of stuff been saying about how black people is leaving the church and in mass numbers than they ever done before. And another thing about that movie is if you ever see it, they implement black Jesus in it. They not even using a white Jesus, they using a black Jesus. You feel me? Because like I said, they trying to do anything they can to try to push black people back to church. That's another thing. Real talk.
Black Americans are the most religious, non-religious group in the country.
Mm-hmm. That's a fact. Black people, they leaving the church. You hear me? A lot of black people ain't going to church like they used to.
In the Pew Research Center report on the growing segment of unaffiliated nuns.
Now, nuns, what that is, that's a term that they use for black people that don't have a religious belief. So they giving you a religious belief, they calling you a nun.
In the U.S., they stand out for their faithfulness. Nearly all black nuns believe in a high power.
Right, now that's true. All black people believe in some type of God. You feel me? Whether they say they got a personal relationship or they just believe in a higher power, all black people believe in something.
And a third still believe in the God of the Bible. Barely any consider themselves atheists.
Right, and that's because black people is the chosen people of God. It's almost impossible for a black person to honestly 100% do away with the fact that there's not a God.
Even among those who no longer label themselves within faith, they pray more, attend church more, and see religion as more significant than any other unaffiliated demographic.
Mm-hmm. Right, that's what black people, they go to church on holidays and Easter, stuff like that. They go to church if they feeling down because they still like trying to have some type of connection with God. But what they saying is black people is not claiming no religion more than any other ethnicity.
Black nuns are far more connected to the black church than white nuns are connected to Christianity overall, says sociologist Jason E. Sheldon, a professor and director of the Center for African American Studies at the University of Texas at Arlington. These are not qualitatively the same kinds of people. Mm. Though black nuns make up less than 10% of all nuns in America, their disaffiliation is particularly significant for a culture historically tied to church and faith.
Mm-hmm. Right. So they saying now black people is make up, I think, only like 13% of the population. So we a small number in this place. So what they saying is out of all nuns, that black people make up 10% of them.
1 in 5 black Americans are religiously unaffiliated.
Mm-hmm. Right. That's true. That's what I'm saying. And that's why I say all this stuff about this movie, it could be a plot for them to try to push black people back to church. Because if black people ain't going to church, if black people not affiliated with the church, but they affiliated with God, then guess what they not doing? They ain't paying tithes. So the preacher ain't getting paid.
Black Americans leave religion for some of the same reason that others do. They feel the church is open to addressing their questions and doubts.
And that's a fact. You go in there trying to ask a question to the pastor, he telling the ushers to escort you out. You hear me? You tell the pastor you don't think we're supposed to be doing this. The pastor is going to tell you that everything in the scriptures don't need to be interpreted when they just really don't got the answer.
They've been hurt by bad experiences.
Right. Child molestation, adultery. The lies of the Christian church is what's destroying the black neighborhood. Black people need to lead a church completely, 100%.
They find a sense of community and identity elsewhere.
Mm-hmm.
Plus, there's a segment of Black Americans who have left white evangelical churches and ministries as a result of intense polarization about race
and politics
in recent years.
Race and politics. You hear me? What they said they were trying to separate the church and state. Race and politics is always going. That's why interracial dating is so goofy. Having white friends is stupid because it's always going to be race and politics is going to come into play. Race and political issues is always going to come into play, and y'all going to basically have a stalemate where y'all don't agree. Y'all going to have a stalemate where y'all don't agree, then y'all friendship going to decline from that one instance.
They say, I don't want to be part of this if this is what Christianity is about, and you dehumanize me, said Lisa Fields, apologist and founder of the ministry, the Jude 3 Project. When Black people have been in white evangelical or multi-ethnic churches, I find they use the language of deconstruction a little bit more than Black people that came from the Black church.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Race, politics, economics, all that stuff. That's what I'm saying. Church really is just to make you a good American. It ain't got nothing to do with God. You going to church to learn about God. You in there, they telling you who to vote for. It's a lie. You go in there trying to learn about Psalms, the 50th chapter. They in there telling you about Kamala Harris and why you should vote for her. Like the hell I'm doing in here.
As more Americans overall deconstruct or drop their religious affiliations, so have more Black Christians. The proportion of nuns who are Black has held steady at 9% for the past decade of Pew polling.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they leaving. That's what I say. Black people is leaving.
Across the board, though, black nuns don't feel as negatively about religion or as adamant about their disaffiliation compared to any other demographic.
Yeah, that's why I say, because black people are naturally religious people, because we are naturally godly people, because we his chosen people. So it's hard for us to just discontinue with the belief of a higher power. Unlike other nationalities, like they just said, other nationalities don't even believe in God at all. They nuns can care less about God at all. You go ahead.
It's like, sir, I mean, that's why you don't see black atheists.
Yeah, right. That's what they said. They said they're not atheists. Then they said that at the beginning. They said they're not atheists. They just basically don't want to go to church. And it's probably because that shit too long. I ain't like they probably don't want to go to church. It's just too long, man. Like, real talk. I think it's about 10 hours.
And Pew's finding they stand out by double-digit margins for many questions. A quarter of black nuns say they feel like they don't need religion in their lives compared to 41% of nuns overall.
Right. I'm telling you, man, look, they clocking black people. You like a rat on the wheel. They clocking everything you think, what you believe. You ain't even know it. They coming knocking on your door, asking you to sign a petition. That just happened to me earlier today. The whole time they clocking you about all type of other stuff. So they could put it in these studies like this right here.
30% of black nuns don't like religious organizations versus 47% of all.
Right. All right. So you could drop that. Just trying to show you that black people is leaving the church, leaving, but they still believing in God. You hear me? Real talk. Which means they need to find ISUPK as soon as possible before it all is lost. So yeah, let's go ahead to the scripture. Let's go to Deuteronomy 28 and 64.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 64. And the Lord shall scatter thee among all people from one end of the earth even unto the other.
Right. So that's one thing. You hear me? That's one thing you got to understand is about the characteristics of the Israelites. You feel me? How we're going to talk about it a little bit is the characteristics of what the Bible say the state they was going to be in. And one thing it said they was going to be scattered from one end of the earth to the other. You feel me? That means they not going to have no homeland. You feel me? Only people on this planet right now that don't have a homeland is blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. We the only people that's scattered everywhere. It's black people everywhere. It's Hispanics everywhere. And we don't have no homeland. We have no country to call our own, no military or none of that. You go ahead.
Oh, so like I said, if I may, I just wanted to add, if I could, sir, to the people that say that so-called Hispanic people have their own homelands, I just wanted to add that it's usually Germans and people of Spaniard descent that run all these countries in Central and South America. So no, Hispanics don't have their own homeland either.
Yeah, that's a fact. Yeah, they're like in Cuba, it's the Jewish people is running that down there. People don't even know it. Jewish people the one pulling all the strings.
It's an Italian that run Brazil right now.
Mm-hmm. See? Yeah.
From one end of the earth even unto the other, and there thou shalt serve other gods.
Right, and that's the thing though. You feel me? You serving other gods, that's the demons right there. You serving other gods, you're gonna serve the people. You're gonna serve their philosophies. It's gonna have you bugged out your mind. Real talk.
Which neither thou nor thy fathers have known.
Right.
Even wood and stone.
Wood and stone. You know what wood and stone is talking about? That's talking about the Christian cross. That same cross that they say they use to get rid of the demons is the cross the Bible said you're gonna be worshiping that your fathers ain't never knew. So if this sister is a black woman worshiping a cross, but she telling me she freed demons? No, Miss Lady. No, you did not. You just tried to get some people out some money. You feel me? The same way back in the day they used to send the kids down there to the welfare office saying they had they was blind or couldn't hear or deaf, or they had ADHD, all type of different stuff to try to get money. It's just that's all it was. You didn't see the play because you stupid. You sitting at home getting your cross and your holy water Like, damn, did y'all see that movie last night? Oh my God. Like, nah. It was a play. They trying to get some money, man. Real talk. But this come from this. Because we serving these other guys, these other religions, man.
Even wood and stone. Verse 65. And among these nations shalt thou find no ease.
And no ease. You feel me? No ease. We doing anything to find some type of rest, to find some type of satisfaction. And it's just not happening. We've been here since what, 400 years? For 400 years we've been here in America, and we have not found no ease, man. You see Tyrese, he crying all on Facebook every day. Every time I go down my timeline, he crying. I say, God damn, nigga, you done been in 5 Fast and the Furious movies. You still crying? Like, God damn.
Neither shall the sole of thy foot have any rest.
Right. So that, and you know what that means? That means you always gonna be working. You ain't gonna never be able to put your feet up to rest. You always gonna be working. This is talking about black people. This is talking about Hispanics, Native Indians. This is our life. You feel me? You sitting there thinking this is Jewish people life. Jewish people don't have feet, don't touch the ground if they don't want it to.
But the Lord shall give thee there a trembling heart, and failing of eyes, and a sorrow of mind.
Right, you're gonna be sad, man. You're gonna be sad, you're gonna be miserable. What the Lord say? You're gonna be sad, you're gonna be miserable. You're gonna be doing anything to try to ease your pain, man. Anything. You'll be doing anything to get your pain eased. You feel me? Even lying, saying your kids is need an exorcism. God damn. It's rough. Went all the way to 68.
Verse 66. And thy life shall hang in doubt before thee.
Life shall hang in doubt. You're always gonna be doubting. You hear me? All your life, you always gonna be doubting yourself. Living a life full of doubt, man, that's our life every day. Always doubting ourselves, doubting the situation, doubting if we ever gonna become from under the foot of the white man. You hear me? Real talk.
And thou shalt fear day and night, and shalt have none assurance of thy life.
Right, you're gonna fear day and night. You feel me? Scared for tomorrow, scared for the sun to go down. You feel me? Real talk. People, what they say is sleep your pain away. You feel me? People want to sleep all day to get rid of the pain, to get rid of the bad memories of the poverty. Real talk.
Verse 67. In the morning thou shalt say, would God if it were even. And at even thou shalt say, would God if it were morning.
Right. Just saying like, damn, man, I wish it was nighttime. I wish it was daytime, because you just don't know what's about to happen, man. Just sad and miserable.
For the fear of thine heart, wherewith thou shalt fear, and for the sight of thine eyes, which thou shalt see.
Right, and this is just talking about like basically you living and you just don't know what's gonna happen. You don't know where you're gonna get your next meal from. You don't know if you're gonna be able to pay your bills. You don't know what's about to happen. You feel me? You wish it was night. You wish it was evening. You feel me? You wish it was the morning. You feel me? You just want this day to be over with, because this day is so painful. When it really ain't even nothing physically happening. You just in poverty. This is what the Lord said he was gonna do to us, man. This is what God said he was going to do to us if we did not keep the commandments.
Verse 68. And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships.
Right, and this is one of my favorite scriptures, because this is the blood, the proof. You feel me? Like real talk, this is the proof. You feel me? There ain't no more proof than this. That black people is the Israelites, man. Because Egypt already is done away. Moses say he's gonna bring you back into Egypt again with ships. Egypt was not even called Egypt. When we was in slavery in Egypt, it wasn't called Egypt, it was called Mizraim. You feel me? The Greeks named it Egypt because it was famous for slavery. Egypt is a Greek word that means bondage. So basically all Moses really said is that the Lord is gonna bring you into slavery again with ships. That's basically what it said. But he's saying Egypt because that's what we was known for, being in slavery in Egypt. But this time it's going to happen with ships, with boats. The only people known for going to slavery on boats is blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians.
by the way whereof I spake unto thee, thou shalt see it no more again.
Right. Thou shalt see it no more again. What is it talking about? It's talking about our homeland. And who the only people that have never seen a homeland? Don't have a homeland. It's black people. You in Gary, Indiana trying to get some money out of an exorcism. You feel me? Real talk.
And there you shall be sold unto your enemies.
Right. And who was sold? Who was sold? Like you sell a cat or a rat or a dog. You feel me? Or a horse or a cow. Who got sold like that? Black people. Hispanics, Native Indians got sold. You feel me? And who was it to? They enemy. For people that saying white people is your friend, that ain't what the Bible say. The Bible say you're gonna be sold unto your enemy.
For bondmen and bondwomen.
Right, slave man and slave woman.
And no man shall buy.
And nobody's gonna save you. Everybody keep talking about we from Africa, we from the motherland. Well, why the hell the Africans ain't come save us yet? Where's it? Look, okay, it's 3,000 different ethnic groups in Africa. They speak over 2,000 different languages. Why have not one of them decided to come save us? Not one. Like real talk. Because the Bible saying nobody gonna buy you. Y'all all in slavery together. Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, you all in slavery together. Ain't nobody else gonna save you because they not your people. You go ahead.
Like I said about me, they ain't coming because the African got rid of their enemy.
Yeah, come on, stop it. That's exactly what happened. When they sold you to the white man, they got rid of their enemy because that's what you was, taking up their land, prospering on their land, and they over there can't get right. You prospering. They like, man, we got to get rid of these people. Real talk. So yeah, you can drop that. Let's go to 2 Samuel 12 and 9.
The book of 2 Samuel chapter 12, verse 9. Wherefore hast thou despised the commandment of the Lord?
Right. Now, the commandments is something we cannot break. That is our covenant with the Lord, is to not break the commandments. If we don't break the commandments, then he's going to be on our side through anything we do. And what King David did, he had sex with another man's woman. You feel me? He had sex with another man's woman, got her pregnant, then got the man killed, set him up to get killed so he wouldn't be exposed for committing adultery. And the Lord say, man, you despise my commandment.
To do evil in his sight.
Right.
Thou hast killed Uriah the Hittite with the sword.
Right. That's what I'm saying. That what the white man call it, accessory to a murder, accessory to a crime. When you didn't do it, but you had parts in it, the Lord say he killed him. When David did not physically kill this man, he just put the man in a position to where he knew there's no way he's gonna survive this. And the Lord is saying that you killed him.
And has taken his wife to be thy wife.
Mm-hmm.
And has slain him with the sword of the children of Ammon.
Right, because that's where they was going to go fight, the children of Ammon, and they killed him because he was in the front line.
Verse 10. Now therefore the sword shall never depart from thine house.
Right, now what you got to understand about King David, that's why we wear the Magundawadah, the shield of David, because the Lord chose him to unite Israel, bring us together, and Christ came through the seed of David also. But what you got to understand is King David had a lot of wives, and his sons had a lot of wives, and they had a lot of children, and they became a humongous family inside of the house of Judah, which is black people today, what people call so-called Black Americans. African Americans is a tribe of Judah, and King David's family is a humongous family inside of the African Americans, the tribe of Judah, and the Lord is telling him through Samuel that the sword shall never depart from thy house. It'll never depart. We're just talking about war, killing. You feel me? For black people that just think it's some type of hex or curse on them, it is. But this happened a long, long time ago. You feel me? The Lord told David that the sword is never going to depart from your house. That's all y'all gonna know is murder and killing. That's all that's gonna be happening. Police killing y'all. You feel me? Regular white people killing y'all. What was his name? George Zimmerman. You feel me? You scared to get pulled over by the police because you worried about the police killing you. You feel me? Black people in America have a fear of dying every day. Every day, black people don't know if they making it back home or not. Every day. And they thinking it's some type of curse or some exorcism they need to get rid of it. When it's not. This was a curse that happened thousands of years ago with King David. You feel me? Real talk.
Because thou hast despised me and has taken the wife of Uriah the Hittite to be thy wife.
Right, over a woman. Over a woman is the reason why black people get killed the way they get killed. Over a goddamn woman. Because he had enough women for himself, but he wanted somebody else's woman. And now, thousands of years later, his children's children is being murdered, saying they Crips and Bloods. They GDs and Vice Lords. You feel me? They four corner hustlers. Come on, man, stop it. You good? We're going all over the Twitter.
Verse 11. Thus saith the Lord, behold, I will raise up evil against thee out of thine own house.
Right, and that's what how evil is happening to blacks, Hispanics, Native Indians. But it ain't no damn kids crawling on the wall. You feel me? I know it was bullets coming through the wall. Rats coming through the wall in New York. I know that's what's happening. I don't know about no kids climbing up backwards though.
And I will take thy wives before thine eyes.
Right, and then the proof that this is a prophecy more so than something that's going to happen directly to him is this never happened. This didn't happen to him. You feel me? This didn't happen to him. This didn't even happen to Solomon. You feel me? Real talk. This happened throughout generations. This is generational curse that Samuel was telling him is about to happen, and we still living it right now.
And give them unto thy neighbor.
Yeah, that's what happened. Well, ain't that what everybody brag about? You feel me? I'm gonna fuck your bitch. I'm gonna kill this nigga. I'm gonna fuck your bitch. I'm gonna kill this nigga. Remember Kanye West said that? He went on the Breakfast Club. He was telling the truth, but he was bugged out his damn mind. But no, that's the truth though. Everything is about fucking a nigga bitch, killing a nigga. He a op. I gotta kill him because he a op. That's what everything is about.
And he shall lie with thy wives in the sight of this son.
Right, and that's what happened. You feel me? Nobody woman's belong to them right now. Every woman getting passed around. I think everybody that been with Drea, everybody that been with Erica Mena. You feel me? I forgot what's her name? Joey Chavez. I think that's Future and Bow Wow baby mama. They all getting passed around. And guess what they all? The tribe of Judah. Ain't that ironic? You feel me? Real talk. But nah, this is a prophecy that Samuel said was gonna happen. Real talk. You want to have sex with another man's woman? I'll make all your daughters hoes. I'll make all your sons lustful as hell. Ain't gonna be able to keep the family together if they try.
Verse 12. For thou didst it secretly.
Right, you did this in secret. You try to hide this and keep this on the low, like the Lord ain't see it.
But I will do this thing before all Israel and before the sun.
Right, so the Lord is saying you disrespect me in public is where we got to talk about it. You feel me? Real talk. And that's how you know who the tribe of Judah is, because this is what's happening to the tribe of Judah right now. So what do we do to fix it? Serve the Lord. Repent. Come back to the Most High. Stop being a nun. You go ahead.
Somebody said, if I may, ain't that what our parents used to tell us? Wherever you showed your ass at, that's where you get it beat.
Mm-hmm. That's right. Let me real talk. But yeah, this is the truth. You hear me? King David, this is a curse that was passed down. Let me real talk. So yeah, let's drop that. Let's go to Psalms 44:1.
Book of Psalms, chapter 44, verse 1. To the chief musician, for the sons of Korah and Maschil, we have heard with our ears, O God, our fathers have told us what work thou didst in their days in the time of old.
Mm-hmm. Right now drop down to verse 14.
Come. Thou makest us a byword.
Right. Now, verse 1 was saying about what the Lord have done to our fathers. You feel me? The Lord have always done this to our fathers different times if we did not listen. He made us a byword. What is a byword? It's a commonly phrase used. That's what a byword is. It's a commonly phrase that's used. The Lord made us that every time we stop listening to him.
Among the heathen.
Right. He made us a byword among the heathen. What's that? Baby mama, baby daddy, deadbeat. You feel me? That's what a pimp, thug, gangbanger. You feel me? Jailbird. That's what happened every time. Every time we don't serve the Lord, we become a byword, which is just a commonly phrase used. That's what we become.
A shaking of the head among the people.
Among the people, a shaking of the head. People just looking at you like, You ever seen that? What white people just look at you shaking their head? You ain't did nothing wrong. You just walking, you walking in the damn Walmart. White people just shaking their head, grabbing their purse. You feel me? All type of goofy stuff. East Indians looking at you crazy. Arabs looking at you crazy. They bombing the World Trade Center. Arab kill you in the name of Allah with a goddamn makeshift bomb. You feel me? But they looking at you like you crazy. You crazy because you got on red. You got a red t-shirt on, or you got on a blue t-shirt, or you sagging your pants. You crazy, but the Arabs will blow up the World Trade Center. You feel me? In the name of Allah. But all you did was sag your pants. But that's because we became a shaking of the head among the people. That's what the Lord have done to us. You feel me? Because we did not want to keep the commandments. You feel me? We chose to disobey the commandments. You feel me? Real talk. And that's what I'm saying about the lady, Latoya Ammons. You feel me? She's in such poverty that she made up this story. You feel me? And I'm not saying it wasn't something wrong. It might have been like something wrong. I mean, it could have had some mental disorders or something like that. But she made it seem like it's like a real horrific demonic act happened, and it didn't. It didn't. I'm just keeping it real with you. It didn't. And the kids kept saying is they don't remember. Whenever they ask the kids what happened, they just say they don't remember, which is slick because now they can't get caught up in no lie. They can't get caught up in no lie. All they're gonna say is I don't know. You feel me? Which is a real good made up story, you ask me. So yeah, let's drop that. Let's go to Proverbs 1:26.
Book of Proverbs, chapter 1, verse 26. I also will laugh at your calamity.
Right. So that's what I'm saying. So if we sinning against the Lord said He gonna laugh at your calamity. He's not gonna send nobody with no exorcism to get the demon out of you. That's not what He's gonna do. How you get the demon out of you is by serving the Lord. That's how you get the demon out of you. You don't get the demon out of you by getting wooden crosses, which is unlawful, getting a white Catholic to pray for you, that's unlawful, to get a woman to come perform the exorcism, which is even more unlawful, because I could have sworn the same Bible the woman hold said, I suffer not a woman to teach. So she holding a Bible that say, I suffer not a woman to teach, but she's the one that led the demons out of the children. Come on, man, stop. You don't qualify, Queen. That's all I'm gonna say. You don't qualify. Who you think you fooling? See, we the priests and prophets of the Lord. You ain't fooling us. You might have fooled the Christians, the people out there getting high, the overstanders, the understanders. You might have fooled them. But us knowing that Bible, we know that cannot be mathematically correct. That's all I'm saying. What they say happened in that movie could never be mathematically correct because it contradicts what the Bible say. You feel me? Like real talk.
I also will laugh at your calamity. I will mock when your fear.
Yeah, when your fear coming, I will mock it. You feel me? I'm gonna make fun of it, man. Like real talk. Because you sinned against me. I'm y'all protection. Nobody else is gonna protect you, man.
Verse 27. When your fear cometh as desolation.
Misery. Alone. When you alone, you miserable.
And your destruction cometh as a whirlwind. When distress and anguish cometh upon you.
You went all over to 29.
Verse 28. Then shall they call upon.
Right, and that's what the Lord say. He say, soon as you start having all these problems, soon as your life get turned upside down, flipped on his head, now that's when you call on me. Now that's when you want to call on me. When I've been there with y'all from the beginning, I've been there with y'all, but you want to wait till you got all these problems. You want to wait till now when you start sinning and the problems occur. When I told you don't do the sin in the first place, because I knew this was going to happen, you didn't want to listen. Now you want to call upon me.
But I will not answer.
And that's the reason why your problems is not getting answered. You in poverty. You a crackhead. You a junkie. You can't get hired. You a felon. You in prison doing 30 years. And you wonder why the Lord ain't answering. It's because he told us from the jump not to do what led us in this position in the first place.
They shall seek me early, but they shall not find.
Right, that's the first thing happen. You get in a car crash, first thing you're going to say is Jesus Christ. You feel me? God damn. That's the first thing you're going to say when something happens. You're going to seek him, but you're not going to find him.
Verse 29. For they hated knowledge and did not choose the fear of the Lord.
Right, they did not choose wisdom. Wisdom is the fear of the Lord. They did not choose wisdom. You ain't choose wisdom. You chose to believe in Rastafarianism. You feel me? You chose to believe in all that stuff. Sage, burning sage. You feel me? Throwing holy water. I don't even know how you think that's going to save you from a demon. I don't get it. Give me real talk. It's not going to happen. But you chose to do all of the above instead of just fearing the Lord. Because that's what we'll do. We'll choose everything. We'll do everything but fear the Lord. Like real talk. Yeah, so you could drop that. Let's go to Jeremiah 2:11.
The book of Jeremiah, chapter 2, verse 11. Hath the nation changed their gods?
Right. Have a nation change their God. Everybody got the same God they've been worshiping. Egypt, they still worshiping the Egyptian God. You feel me? The Arabs, they still worshiping Allah. Well, I can't say the Egyptians worship Egyptian gods because they not even that no more. they didn't disappear. I think they in the South Sudan somewhere. You feel me? But they never changed their God to nothing else. Then you got the Arab, they still worshiping Allah. The Chinese still worshiping Buddha. You feel me? The Hindus, the East Indians still worshiping the Hindus. You feel me? You got all that still going on. You still got the Samoans, they worshiping them ancient Samoan gods. You feel me? These nations they ain't switching their powers. You feel me? Real talk.
Which are yet no gods.
Right, they ain't even real.
But my people have changed their glory for that which does not profit.
Right, but black people, you feel me, have changed their glory. What is our glory? The Most High. That's the only thing that made us anything. That's the only reason why black people is anything. You marveling at LeBron James and Michael Jordan for what? That's only because they was God's people. You marveling at the black women that sent the rockets to the moon for what? They was only able to do it because they God's chosen people. They ain't got nothing to do with no goddamn melanin. Everybody got melanin. They ain't got nothing to do with that. But we traded our glory for something that don't profit, which is the heathens. The love of the heathens. We gave away our God so we can be accepted by the heathens. We went all the way to 14.
Come on. But my people have changed their glory for that which does not profit. Verse 12. Be astonished, O ye heavens, at this, and be horribly afraid. Be ye very desolate, saith the Lord.
Right, and that's what people got to understand. That's what Jeremiah, he prophesying against Babylon. Babylon is rulership right now. And what he's trying to tell these people that's running stuff, be very afraid. Be amazed at what's about to happen. You feel me? be very be very amazed at what's about to happen. Because when black people, Hispanics, and Native Indians is not serving their God, everybody better be scared. Because that means it's gonna be some destruction coming. Because the Lord coming for his people, whether you like it or not. Whether you care about the Lord, if you're not black, Hispanic, and Native Indian, throw the Bible in the trash. Use it for some firewood or whatever you need to do. But what I'm telling you is this. When blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians is not serving the Lord, the heavens better be afraid. If you living good, you prospering, you in skyscrapers, riding in Ferraris, you better be scared. Because all that's about to change and you about to be very desolate, which is miserable, alone.
Verse 13, for my people have committed two evils.
Two evils.
They have forsaken me.
Right, we forsaken the Lord. We committed two evils. We forsaken the Lord. We forgot about the commandments. We forgot about the commandments, which means destruction is going to come. But how is destruction going to come? He's going to have to use a race of people to do it. And they're going to prosper for a minute. And then they're going to get destroyed. And whoever riding with them going to get destroyed.
The fountain of living waters. And hewed them out cisterns.
Right, and hewed them out cisterns, which means they destroyed cisterns. Now, water is talking about the commandments. You feel me? It's talking about wisdom that the Lord was giving us because he chose us to be his people. Now, the cisterns is what we use to hold that wisdom. You feel me? To hold them laws and commandments. You feel me? And we just threw them out. We destroyed it and just let it all go.
Broken cisterns that can hold no water.
Right, our cisterns is that what we were supposed to use, which is the wisdom and the knowledge of the Most High. We were supposed to use to hold. We were supposed to hold that. You feel me? We were supposed to hold that wisdom and that knowledge, and we just destroyed it and just let it leak all out. And now we sitting here wondering why we in hell, wondering why we bugged out our mind. We gave up the glory of God. We gave it up. We don't have it anymore. Now we looking for all these other nations to save us, and it's not happening.
Verse 14, is Israel a servant? Is he a homeborn slave?
Right, is he a homeborn slave? Because that's what we became. Without the glory of the Lord, without the wisdom, without the knowledge of the Most High, we ain't nothing but a servant. And we didn't went from royalty to just being a damn servant, to being a homeborn slave.
Why is he spoiled?
Why is he ruined? That's what happened. We didn't got ruined. Doing away with the Lord, we ruined. And now we sitting in Gary, Indiana, trying to come up with a plot to make some money. We sitting around trying to come up with all type of hustles and scams to make some money. Because we ruined. We destroyed. And it's all from not serving the Most High. Real talk. All right, so you could drop that. Let's go to 2 Maccabees. Let's see, 6 and 4.
The book of 2 Maccabees, chapter 6, verse 4. For the temple was filled with riot and reveling by the Gentiles.
Right, now riot, that's just talking about like a violent parties and drunkenness and stuff like that.
Who dally with harlots and had to do with women within the circuit of the holy place.
Right. So the Gentile, now the temple that it's talking about is the one Solomon built, because King David couldn't do it because his hands were so bloody. You feel me? He didn't kill so many Israelites to join us together that the Lord didn't want him to build the temple. So Solomon did it, and it was glorious. It was magnificent. The Queen of Sheba, she loved it so much that she gave him all type of stuff, all type of gifts he was got by other nations and stuff like that. And this same temple is now, they running trains on women in there. They having sex in the drunken parties and stuff. You go.
It's like I said, my man said dallied with harlots. That sounds like some old black person say.
Hey, this ain't no white people language. Nah, stop. That's why that's what white people don't understand the book. They believe in exorcism. It's a lie.
And besides, that brought in things that were not lawful.
Right, they brought in things that was not lawful. You feel me? They in the temple unclean. They bring in pork and nuts, shrimp, lobster, all the stuff that's unlawful to bring into the temple. They bring it in there, just like a heathen.
Verse 5. The altar was also filled with profane things, which the law forbidden.
Right, they bring it to the altars, all type of unlawful things.
Verse 6. Neither was it lawful for a man to keep Sabbath days or ancient feasts.
Right, and it became unlawful to keep the Sabbath. You hear me? To acknowledge the Sabbath. That was over with. Everybody get a day off from rest. You hear me? From their job, from their business. That was over with. Ancient fast. That was over with. We didn't keep the law no more. Basically, it was done. You hear me? Back to 7-day work days. You hear me? 7-day work days. Ain't we just have the didn't Labor Day just passed? Yep. Well, the Maccabees, they got rid of having that day off. Give me real talk, because that's their custom. They want you to work 7 days. Well, Israelite culture, you off on the Sabbath day. Real talk.
Or to profess himself at all to be a Jew.
Right. People stop saying they were Jews. You tell somebody right now they a Jew, they look at you crazy. No, I'm black. I'm African American, thinking they sound all elegant. Nigga, that's 2 continents and a color. I mean, you sound like a child. I'm trying to tell you an Israelite. You like, no, I'm black. All right, well, go back in the cradle box then. Jump back in the box. Damn idiot. Real talk. You need to live outside the box. That's what you need to do. But yeah, though, it was illegal to keep the Sabbath days, ancient fast, and to even say you was a Jew if you was an Israelite. It was illegal during the time of the Greeks, because the Greeks was monsters. That's all I'm saying. They was monsters, just like the so-called white man is right now.
Verse 7. And in the day of the king's birth, every month they were brought by bitter constraint.
Right. It don't say happiness. It don't say dirty 30. It say on the king's birthday every month they were brought by bitter constraint. Because what you got to understand about birthdays is not our culture. You hear me? Birthdays is not our culture. Birthdays go back to the Greeks, the Romans, and it started with the ancient Egyptians. And it was only for the king, the pharaoh, you hear me? Or their children, for everybody to come worship them and make them a god. You feel me? And then in modern day, it became just something that everybody do to make yourself a god for that day. But during these times, it was only for the king. Celebrating the birth was only for the king. That's not Israelite culture. You feel me? Real talk.
To eat of the sacrifices. And when the fast of Bacchus was kept, the Jews were compelled to go in the procession to Bacchus carrying the ivy.
All right, that's what's up. All right, so we could drop that, and let's go to First Maccabees 3:47.
The book of First Maccabees, chapter 3, verse 47. Then they fasted that day and put on sackcloth and cast ashes upon their heads and rent their clothes.
Right, and because this during the time where the temple got destroyed. You hear me? So they was mourning. That's what happened whenever we going through something, we would be mourning. We wouldn't be out trying to look fresh and fly. You feel me? We'd be mourning just so people could know, the people running about could know that there's something serious happening.
Verse 48. And lay open the book of the law.
Right, the book of the law. Now that's talking about the Bible. The book of the law, that's talking about the Bible. That's talking about the Old Testament. That's all we had at this time was the Old Testament. So they opened up the book of the law where the law of Moses is at.
Wherein the heathen has sought to paint the likenesses of their images.
Right. And so if the heathens painted the likeness of their image, then what did it look like before? You feel me? If the Greeks is white, and if they painted it to look like themselves, then that means the Israelites was black. I mean, the Israelites were black. You feel me? But they was ruling. And that goes to today why so many black people want to look white, like Michael Jackson, Sammy Sosa, black women wearing blonde hair, Beyonce. I know y'all love Queen B. She want to look like a white girl. That's why she was so mad at Jay-Z for messing with that white girl called her Becky with the good hair. She was mad. Solange had to steal on Jay-Z in the elevator. You hear me? Real talk. Because Beyonce, I guess she had to perform that night. She didn't want to mess her nails up. Let me real talk. But yeah, though, the heathens always, that's something they always done. Painted the people of that land to make themselves look like them. So the generations of servants, just like the Egyptians. You hear me? They try to paint it themselves as Ramesses II, knowing he was black as night. You hear me? As far as his skin color, not nationality, his skin color. You hear me? Knowing all them ancient pharaohs and stuff was black. Mesopotamia, all that stuff. All these African kingdoms, these was dark-skinned people. But the white people is painting them as white because that's just something they always done. It's just part of their culture because they have no land and they have no culture. You hear me? So they just come steal yours. Real talk. Which also to drive people crazy. Look at Michael Jackson. That'll drive you crazy. You worshiping them when they was worshiping you. All right, so yeah, let's drop that. Let's go to Isaiah 47:6.
The book of Isaiah, chapter 47, verse 6. I was wroth with my people. I have polluted mine inheritance.
Right. Now this is the Lord. He's talking through Isaiah. And he said he was wroth with it. He was mad. You know? He was mad at us because all the stuff we kept doing since we came out of Egypt. Like we never wanted to serve him. And he was mad about that. Like a father would be to his children that don't want to listen.
I have polluted mine inheritance.
Polluted. That's what he's saying. He polluted it by giving us to these different nations.
And giving them into thine hand. Thou didst show them no mercy.
Right, but that's the thing though. The Lord just wanted us to serve and know how it feel to be at the bottom. You hear me? But the thing what the so-called white man did and these Africans did, they ain't show no mercy. They thought that they was the chosen people. You hear me? They thought that they was supposed to have slaves. What they call it, manifest destiny. They say what they did to the Indians was manifest destiny. They say it was supposed to happen. That ain't what the Lord said. The Lord said you ain't showing them no mercy. Like, damn, look what happened with the indentured servants. They showed them mercy. They came over here, worked, and then they got their land, got their businesses, got their part of the city, and now they prospering. But the white man didn't do that to us like he did with the Italians, the Chinese, the East Indians, and stuff like that. He didn't give us our portion. He tried to destroy us until we was no more. You go ahead.
That's like I said, for me, what you bringing out is so heavy with that is a lot of them people volunteered to go do it to pay for the damn boat ride to get here.
Yep, that's what I heard too. Yep.
Thou didst show them no mercy. Upon the ancient hast thou very heavily laid thy yoke.
Right, the ancient. Let's talk about blacks, Hispanics, and we the ancient. You hear me? Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. Why we call it the ancient is because we was Adam's seeds. You hear me? This was supposed to happen. What happened with Jacob when his name was turned to Israel? He had the 12 tribes of Israel. That was what was supposed to happen with Adam. You hear me? So we all them same children all over again that was supposed to do this the first time. You hear me? We them ancient. And once again, Cain has laid a heavy yoke, you feel me, upon us to where we got destroyed. You feel me? Some of us killed physically. Some of us just destroyed mentally. So bad to where we might come up with a plot or scheme to fake an exorcism for some money. I mean, it's rough, but it is what it is. It's rough out here, man. I ain't heard of that one yet. I heard about some scams, but that one takes the cake. That's all I'm gonna say. They done made a movie out of it. Yeah, you could drop it. Let's go to Ezekiel 35:5.
The book of Ezekiel, chapter 35, verse 5. Because thou hast had a perpetual hatred.
Perpetual hate, right. Esau has had a perpetual hatred, you feel me, for Jacob. Jacob is blacks, Hispanics, Native Indians. Esau is a so-called white man.
And has shed the blood of the children of Israel by the force of the sword in the time of their calamity.
Right, in the time of their calamity, man. You feel me? When the time when they was weak. You feel me? When they was poor, they ain't got nothing. You still killing them. You still murdering them. You still pouring drugs in their community. You still don't want to get them a break.
In the time that their iniquity had eaten.
Right, when it was over. When the time when the Lord, our punishment was to go into slavery with ships. Did we not read that? It ain't say nothing about no war on drugs. It didn't say nothing about no damn putting abortion clinics in our neighborhood. It ain't say nothing about turning our women against us, turning our sons into homosexuals. It didn't say nothing about that. It said slavery. That's what the Bible said the punishment was. And when that came to an end, you kept going with Jim Crow and civil rights and the feminist movement and the war on drugs, heroin, crack.
Verse 6, therefore, as I live, saith the Lord God, I will prepare thee unto blood.
Right, unto death. You say, as I live, Lord God will prepare thee unto death. That's what the Lord say he's going to do.
And blood shall pursue thee.
Right, and blood going to chase after thee. That's why the white man's always in a war. There's always millions, hundreds of thousands of them dying in some war because they always hated us. And they don't even see the okie doke. They don't even see that. You hear me? Real talk.
So thou has not hated blood.
Right, you not hate blood. You love killing. You love seeing people die. You feel me? You love making all these horror movies and stuff like that. All these glorifying all these serial killers who always happen to be white. You not hate blood.
Even blood shall pursue.
And that's what's gonna happen to the so-called white man for bugging black people out the way they is off these drugs, off these hallucinogens, and all this stuff. You feel me? That's what the Lord say. The Lord say, blood is gonna pursue you, which is talking about death and destruction. Real talk. All right, so last scripture. Let's go to Deuteronomy 28 and 45 and 46.
It's like, sir, 45 and 46. The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 45. Moreover, all these curses shall come upon thee.
Right, and that's the point. The point is trying to identify who are the blacks, Hispanics, Native Indians. You feel me? Real talk. That's identifying. That's how you identify the curses. That's how you do it.
And shall pursue thee and overtake thee.
Right. What's happening to black people is happening in Deuteronomy, the 28th chapter. Matter of fact, it's happening from Genesis to Revelations.
And shall pursue thee and overtake thee till thou be destroyed.
Right. These curses is overtaking us. Real talk.
Because thou hearkenest not unto the voice of the Lord thy God.
And as simple as that. If you want to get out of poverty, you want to get out of your situation, you got to serve God. You got to let these damn overstanders and understanders get out your goddamn ear, telling you the Bible ain't real, the Bible is made up. You a goddamn fool. You made up. You just made that shit up right now. Because you can't prove the Bible ain't real, other than the fact that you just don't want to follow the law, which is what we've been doing and why we in poverty right now.
To keep his commandments and his statutes which he commanded thee.
Right. That's what I'm saying. We never wanted to keep the commandment. Never. And that's why we've been in poverty. We're going through all this stuff. Real talk.
Verse 46. And they should be upon thee for a sign and for a wonder.
Right. And that's how you know who the Israelites is. The curses. That's how you know. That's how you know who the curses is. I mean, that's how you know who the Israelites is, because of the curses. So if the Israelites is blacks, Hispanics, Native Indians, How do Black, Spanish, Native Indians get delivered? Serving God. Feel me? Because they the only ones God chose. Real talk.
And upon thy seed forever.
And on their children forever. That's what the Bible say. The Bible say, you want to know what the Israelites is? It's going to be on their seed. The curses. It's going to be on their seed forever. The children. The children's children. For when everybody forget who Israelites is, who the chosen people is, the lost 12 tribes, we can't find them. All you got to do is look for the curses. You look for the curses, you find the children of Israel. They in the ghettos of America. In real talk. That's in tonight's class. Past class of the priest and officer Armand.
I'll read the security announcements. Well, the ISUPK started at 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York. Rule for a new brother or sister. When a new brother or sister comes into the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They are to be saluted only. They are here to share themselves with the world. If they need transportation, the teacher will arrange it. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to a brother or sister. Another 6 months in which the brother or sister will court each other. After this 6 month period, the brother or sister will get permission from the head to marry. Tithes, a commandment. Numbers 18:21, Malachi 3:8-10. 10% of every penny of any increase the Lord gives you. Priest fund, free will offering for priests, not mandatory. Whatsoever amount you would like, upcoming holy convocation, memorial blowing of the trumpets, Wednesday, October 2nd. With that, we'll do a courtesy salute. Men of Israel, Imagine Shabbat, Barak, Yahweh Bashem, Yahweh Shabbat, class dismissed.